Hi guys. So I've taken some screen captures from the video itself. And there's some things that baffled me about these images, and I don't like to read more into things than what's there. I'm just looking at like the physics side of it, as far as what I understand about the physics of light and dark. Now, if you look at this image, from the ground to where roughly the top of its head would be is only 5 feet. So I am taller than this image. But if you look behind or past this image that's right behind this tree closest to the van, the background is lighter than the image itself, which makes no sense when you shine a flashlight on it. Then when between Gizmo's ears, when he's peering out the window at this thing, there is an image in the same area on the same side of the tree that appears to be taller. Now this is 8 feet off the ground. So it makes me wonder, how did it go from 5 feet to 8 feet? But you can clearly see the outline, and then beyond it, past it, even the tree to the right that's in between the two in the foreground is much lighter than the shadowy object itself, the image. Everything behind these two images are lighter in darkness than the image itself. Now, when I'm shining a flashlight that's 2,532 lumens right on it, putting the beam right on it, there is nothing between the tree and the van to cast a shadow in the shape of this image. How is that possible? That makes no sense to me. I do not understand that. Because if you look at the trees way back behind the image, they're much lighter in darkness than the actual image itself. It's solid black. And Gizmo was just fixed on it. Even after I turned off the light, I did have the light on 2 different times. There's 2 different times I turned it on. That's why you see one where Gizmo is looking directly at it, and then there's a close-up shot where he's looking at it, because I went a little closer with the camera. But then even after I turned off the flashlight, Gizmo did not stop staring at the image. He was fixed on it to where I had to call him away from the window to get him to stop staring at it. He did not look left. He did not look right. He wasn't just looking out the window, looking around like he was just looking into black woods. He was staring at the tree where this image is. So if you look at from the base of the tree of where it meets the ground up to the top of where this thing is standing, how can this thing be so much blacker than the background behind it when I'm shining a bright flashlight right on it? It makes no sense to me. Now, if there was leaves and branches in the way or any obstacle between the tree and the passenger door of the van, directly in between the tree and the van where I'm shining the light, then I could see something casting a shadow to create the form of what looks like an image standing there, partly coming out behind the tree, but there was nothing. There was nothing there to cause the shape of this shadow figure. Nothing. And then with me having the light right on it, there shouldn't be a shadow at all. There should be nothing there. That blackness that you see poking out from behind the tree with all that lumen shining right on it, it shouldn't be that black. Unless there was something between the flashlight and the tree to create a shadow like that, and there isn't. There clearly is not. I walked past through there several times, walking Gizmo, looking for firewood. There's nothing between that tree and the van. That image down in the lower part of this frame that looks like a large boulder, that's the seat. I have a towel on it. That's the passenger seat of the van. And so in front of the seat is the glove compartment. There is nothing that gives off that shape in my van. That is clearly something hiding behind a tree. But what? I don't know. Because shining the light directly on it, only passing through glass, and there's nothing on the glass to create the shadow that you're seeing. Otherwise, you'd see the same image on the glass, and then it would just be casting it further back in the woods, making it look like something's coming out behind the tree, but there isn't. There clearly is not. So I have no idea what to make of this, of how the background behind this image could be darker than the image itself when I'm shining all those lumens right on it. And the fact that Gizmo was staring at it and was fixed on it. I have no idea what that is, but there appears to be 2 different sizes, something that's 5 foot and something that's 8 foot. but both shapes stay in the same spot. And even with this shape that Gizmo is looking at, where it appears to be taller, still to the left of the tree, partially coming out from behind the tree. And if you look at the image, you can see a skinny sapling to its left, which would be its right shoulder. But if you look to the left of the image where there's like a shoulder, you can see the sapling passing up through in front of this image that neighbors the tree that it's partially coming out from behind. But then look past the image. Everything way back there, even the trees that are to the left and to the right of it, further back into the woods, are not as black and as dark as this image that's in the foreground. I don't know how that is possible when you're shining a light right on something, and there again, there's no leaves or anything between the tree and the van to create this image. And you can see that it's actually behind the tree to the right of it, and the sapling to the left where its shoulder would be. It's like it's peeking right between the two trees, and it's jet black. But look past it to the tree on the right that's in the background, way back there, and the tree on the left that's way back there. Even the blackness beyond those trees aren't as black as the thing in the foreground. And yet I'm shining that bright flashlight directly at it. That makes no sense to me. There is nothing to create shadows of these shapes. It's like there was something standing there and Gizmo was staring at it. He wasn't looking around. He was just staring right at it. And he would not look away until I called him away from the window. So I don't know what to make of it. I mean, it could be nothing, but the fact that Gizmo was so fixed on it, and that dogs can see what they see and sense what they sense, and then when I slowed the footage down and I looked, when I lit up the woods to see what he was looking at, and then I was able to see what he was looking at, I have no idea what to make of that. But I don't see any facial features. I did not see like any glowing eyes or any, silly thing like that or nothing. I didn't see anything run away or crouch down or stand up. It's just two images, one that appears to be 5 foot and another one that appears to be 8. Because that is clearly from the ground to where the top of what looks like a head, that's about 8 feet tall. That's taller than me if I was standing next to that tree, so I don't know. But if I get the weather to where I can go back up again, I'll go up again and spend another night, even if I do it by myself, and I'll set up my trail cam. The only reason why I didn't that night is because, like I said, I get tired of the thing just capturing myself and nothing else. So I figured it'd be a waste of time, and I didn't set it up. Wouldn't have had it pointed in the right direction anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But this time I'd point it off into the woods in that direction. This is the site where all the weird stuff happens. And this is the place where the campground where I saw that black thing running through the woods that was like a dog. About the size of a dog. And then it just vanished. It was running as fast as it could run, and then it vanished. And the only time I saw it again was up at Tracy Ridge in McKean County, Pennsylvania. This campground's in New York, not too far from Tracy Ridge. That's in Pennsylvania. It's just on the other side of the reservoir. And I saw the same thing up there, only when I saw it up there, it started to run and then it went upright like it was on 2 legs. And that disappeared too, like the first sighting did at Pineapple Junction. So whatever these shadowy things are, I don't know, but weird things go on up there. If it isn't tree knocks, last night it was a thump, a very loud thump. Like if you picked up a big heavy rock like waist height and then you just spread your feet and then you just dropped it right at your feet. It was just a thud right on the ground. And that's when Gizmo perked up and he started to growl and like started to do 2 barks under his breath. So I don't know. And then that's when he wanted to look out the passenger window. So I don't know. But that's the site where I saw the weird lights when I left that night and ended up down at South Valley. And then I had bear or whatever attack my van and scratch it all up. So I don't know. But I do know that on the other side of the road, and I'd like to do a video of it, is that there's a lot of big mounds that are about 3 foot tall by 6 feet long. They look like graves. Mound after mound after mound, very close together and pronounced. You can't miss it. I'll get that on video and show you guys that. It actually looks like a burial ground up there. But that's on the opposite side of the road from Pineapple Junction where I was walking Gizmo up the other road that goes way back in. So I don't know. I don't know, you guys. It's strange happenings up in those woods up there. It's a big forest. It's an old forest. Very weird things go on up there. The time before Last night I stayed up there. I heard that scream that was like an elk bugling right outside my van. So it's always something. It's always something when I'm up there. It never fails. So who knows? But anyway, I don't know what to make of this. You guys could let me know. Is it something? Is it nothing? I know some of you have said already, but I don't know what you'd consider these things. Or how it's even possible they could show up when I'm shining a bright light right on it and there's nothing to cast a shadow. So those shapes are there. Regardless of what you think about it, they're there, and there's no reason to cause those shapes. So I don't know. Very strange. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.